What does it mean to be a Utahn?
The people is what makes Utah so unique.
It's got beauty, it's got atmosphere, community.
You can go to a lot of these communities all over the state and see that same type of heritage.
Our spirit is still here someplace.
I think wherever we are, that's who we are. That's home.
Well, when we first moved to Mapleton, one of the things we loved about this area was this beautiful mountain behind us. And as we did some research and some studying, we found out that Father Escalante, who was one of the first to settle this area, when he saw this mountain behind us, he named it Sierra Bonita, which means beautiful mountain. Well, I've always loved animals. I've always had all kinds of animals. I've had horses, and we've had cows and sheep and goats and dogs and cats and rabbits and all sorts of animals, little animals. So having a love for animals, we wanted a yard that was big enough to have some animals. We just weren't sure of what kind. And then we saw an ad for alpacas and how wonderful they were, what wonderful fleece they had. And that was 13 years ago. I started out with 2, and now I have about 35. A lot of people think an alpaca is a llama. They are cousins to the llama, but they're very different from a llama. An alpaca is probably about half the size of a llama, and a llama is basically used as a work animal. Alpacas are used for their fleece, and there's 2 kinds of alpacas. Bella's a little Surrey alpaca who's about 4 months old. She's got all these locks, and if you felt it, it would be very, very soft. And she makes a cute little noise too. This is April, and April is a wakaya. Her fleece is a lot different. If you notice, she doesn't have the dreadlocks like Bella. When you get close to them, you can see a big difference. This is MacGyver, and MacGyver is probably the most famous alpaca in the world. He's got an award, it's called the Herd Sire of the Year, 7 years in a row. And what it means is he produces the most award-winning babies or offspring than any other alpaca in the whole country. He's probably got 300 babies, and females come from all over the country to be bred to him because he's just such a nice male and produces such beautiful Surrey alpacas. Well, I have a lot of animals to work with, so I've learned to do a lot of my own veterinary care of my animals. This is an ultrasound to see if they're pregnant or not. Then I have a microscope, and I can look for all sorts of things. If someone gets hurt, I've got some penicillin, and I've got antitoxins, different things if they get sick. And if I have to do something and I'm by myself, I can put them in the chute, and they just stand there, and I can do whatever I need to do. Contrary to what people have been told, they're a very gentle animal. They do spit, but they spit at each other more. But that's almost their only defense that they have, is spitting and maybe running. And when they run, they're very elegant. And the fleece just, it drapes and it blows in the wind. They're beautiful. Utah is an ideal place to raise alpacas. The climate is perfect for alpacas. It's a very dry climate here, It gets cold in the winter, but the alpacas do very well in the cold because they're originally like from the Andes Mountains where it gets very cold. What does it mean to be a Utahn? To me, this is a dream state. It's got everything. It's got beauty, it's got recreation, it's got atmosphere, community, people are supportive. You can find that in other states, but I found it more here, for me personally, than anywhere else. To me, it's a perfect state.